Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to What the Tip. Your fortnightly news with D1 DLC. Brad, Jake, Jordo.
Hey.
And we're going to crack straight into it with some South Australian news. Hollow Knight, which we covered a fair bit last year. I think
we did. We do talk about it quite a lot.
We're still waiting for Jake's
I technically played
Failatron. But yeah, so that comes out on the 24th, which is Friday, as we record this, which is super exciting because it looks amazing. So for those that don't know, it's like a Metroidvania, which I really don't know what that means still.
I looked it up when someone said it was a Metroidvania-esque thing. I'm like, what the shit? I don't remember what it was though now.
It's like a big 2D dungeon crawling type thing. I think that's, which is similar to Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yeah. It's mystical, you know. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, but yeah, it looks awesome. I'm super pumped to play that. The full version of it because it looks huge. So the other thing too is the other SA news is Brief Battles. Is on Steam Greenlight at the moment.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I said, one of the best multiplayer party style games I have played for a very long time.
We were just talking to one of the devs last night, weren't we? At
yes,
the,
we were. Yep.
Global Game Jam showcase.
Rubbing shoulders with the greats.
Yes. Andrew was there. They got heaps of very interesting stuff coming for that game. It sounds like that they're keeping quite a tight lid on it.
Yes, he wouldn't tell us anything.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah,
soon.
that's fine.
That's soon.
No. But yeah, it is on Greenlight. There's some changes coming to Greenlight too. Have you guys seen what's happening with Greenlight?
No,
tell me about it.
Do tell.
Gone. They're getting rid of it.
Whoa.
Replaced with?
Like an application process that
Like
includes a fee. So how much the fee is, we don't know. But part of the idea is to reduce the amount of games that are
flooded with rubbish as well as gems. But
yeah. It's interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about it because I do like the idea. I mean, we've all got Steam libraries where there's games we have no intention of ever playing, but they've been in a bundle or you picked them up cheaply or something like that.
Yeah, humble bundle.
At the same time, there's games out there the person can't afford to pay a fee to get it on Steam, and that's
and that could potentially stop one of the great games of
Getting
being able to get out there. So
yeah. So it's interesting. So it is important that if you want to play Brief Battles, that you go and vote sooner rather than later.
Absolutely. We'll put a link in the description of this one, I think, because the game needs to be played.
Are you getting it tattooed across your chest or something?
Probably.
The URL to get there. So Yep.
I wonder if they bring out like a little line of underpants as well. That would be good, hey? Right? So the game is, we'll put some video up, but basically your little fleshy round bowl color things that have and wear different types of underpants, and those underpants give you special abilities.
Powers,
Right? So good.
Much like real life.
Yeah.
My underpants have special abilities.
Absolutely.
My favourite bit of news for the week. Big fan of this. Channel 7.
Channel 7.
Yeah, you're a joke. You are a joke. You know, I couldn't help after seeing this thinking about how, there's lots of talk in politics, how people are going away from mainstream parties and the media can't be trusted and all that kind of stuff. It's cause of shit like this. Like, it's just pure bullshit. So if you haven't seen it, Channel 7 did a news story on a mod for GTA in where the New South Wales police have been modded into. And that is actually, let's talk about the story that they did first. And then we'll talk about what actually happens. So, so the story was that you can play the New South Wales police in the game. And that I've got some quotes which I quite
read the quotes.
So one of the quotes was they're talking about how New South Wales police are in the game, and they're showing a little bit of footage on Channel 7, well researched footage, I'm sure. And one of the things that they said was, "What happens next is far too disturbing to show." I don't know if anyone's seen GTA, but like, I don't know how disturbing it was, and I can tell you, it wasn't a real-life bomb being dropped on anyone. It wasn't an attack in Tel Aviv, which is quite okay for Channel 7 News to show.
Yeah.
Dead bodies, sure, that's fine, but a video game?
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
Shit.
Oh my God.
Can't show that.
GTA is notorious for being violent, sexual, and gory. Look, it is a pretty violent game. I'm not gonna lie. I think sexual's a bit of an exaggeration. It's not the most sexual game going around.
Well, Larry 7's a lot more
Yeah.
sexual.
But yeah, Leisure Suit.
Mass Effect is probably more sexual, to be honest with you. I thought that perhaps someone should show Channel 7 the latest Resident Evil and see what they thought about that being gory. Like, please, you fools. It was a mod or modification.
That's classic.
Completed by underground computer geeks.
Oh, you guys.
There's a network of computer geeks.
All right.
And so the first thing that came to my mind was the Matrix.
Yeah.
You know, like Trinity's met Morpheus in the alleyway, and they're like, "Have you got the mod?"
Yeah.
No, the New South Wales Police one.
At last.
So I think I would just like to say, in regards to the whole thing, that the guy that did it, he's a journalist. This is his article. No research. Essentially clickbait, and it's embarrassing. And I can't believe that bloke has studied for 4 years at university to get a degree to be able to do that.
And then employed by Channel 7.
And employed by Channel 7.
Talking about research, how old is some of these things?
Well, it's funny because I saw it and I thought to myself, wow, it's a really impressive mod. I should get that for my GTA 5 game.
Can you?
No, you can't.
Why is that?
Because it's GTA 4. It's been out, the mod, for 7 years.
But it's news today.
What a load of shit.
The other thing I did want to just mention that Kotaku said, like, the guys that make it, so the intent of the mod is actually for people to be able to play as emergency services, and that's what it's called, like the emergency services mod.
Yeah.
Obviously it's in the GTA world, so the GTA rules apply to it, but it was developed in conjunction with emergency services.
Yeah, so you
They
could
had some
play
input
as
in
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and I mean, so the representative for the police was the police minister, so it's a politician. Mm-hmm. So you know, we've got Channel 7 and we've got politicians. This is obviously going to be very factual. But I mean, if you're honestly thinking that there are not coppers playing this game,
Absolutely.
you are crazy. Like, it's not. This isn't. We're not like the underground squad. This isn't a huge hidden pastime anymore. You know, like 54 million people have bought GTA 5. That's more than live in this country, and there's a lot more than watch this shitty report on Channel 7. I'll give you the hot tip. So, yeah, that was some really interesting, bad attempt at journalism.
It was jaw dropping when you sent that through to us to have a look at.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. And too many times do games get skewed in the media as in that sort of a media as being detrimental to everybody's safety and health and mental capacity and all that sort of bullshit. I just don't. Yeah, it just makes me frustrated.
Yeah, it makes me.
Isn't
angry.
it funny? Like, you know, they do cover, you know, the bad side of it, but they never cover the good side of it. How games.
Look at some of the stuff that's Animal Snap.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is what
That
I'm talking
kind of stuff.
about.
Like, there's a lot of constructive games out there that don't ever get the light of day in this sort of stuff because that was inciting.
Yeah, and speaking of Animal Snap, Scott Cabot, for part of his university degree, worked on a device. They created a game for someone else that was working on a device to help people with Parkinson's disease be able to play games.
There you go.
There you go.
Changes people's lives. I
Do a story on that.
Even at one point, doctors were prescribing playing something like Destiny to people to actually help with their cognitive ability to
Hand-eye
get back from
coordination,
strokes
yeah.
and brain injuries and stuff like that. I mean, there is a huge, seemingly untapped use for gaming that people decide not to focus on.
Checkpoint do a lot of stuff in regards to that.
Checkpoint
Checkpoint.org. If you are interested in games for health, you should check that out. Absolutely. And it's not just health games; it's games.
Yep.
Like all games. And I think we should say, like, that's not to shy away from the fact that there is bad shit in games too.
Absolutely,
you know, like,
there is. Yep.
And one of the, I guess, my reaction to this is I think that Channel 7's reporting is appalling on this.
Yep.
I can understand how someone might have some concerns about this. I personally find games to be good because they're not real life, and putting real life in them can sometimes be a little bit, I don't know. I don't have a problem with this one particularly. And I think that if you explain to someone who did and really sat them down and how to play around with it, they would be fine. But some of the reaction online was like, oh my God, New South Wales police pull your head in. I don't think that's warranted
Yeah.
because it's the police minister that was involved in it.
Yeah.
Those people that you're having a shot at are one, keeping you safe, and two, probably going home to play GTA.
Yep.
Probably.
Kicking your ass in Overwatch and stuff like that.
And we'll move on to Destiny 2.
Yeah.
So I have a bit of a history with Destiny. Like, it was the first person shooter I ever played on a console. which
Makes
is-
it sound like a bad, like ex-girlfriend. We've got a bit of a history together.
We do. It's a sordid history. I suppose.
It's complicated.
We had our dark times, but we came through it in the end. So yeah, I initially started off playing. I think it was probably the first game I played on PlayStation 4 actually. Close to anyway.
Did you reckon you almost bought a PlayStation 4?
Pretty much, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I had a PS3, got up for that at one point, and the graphics weren't good enough, and I wanted to play with a few other blokes that were starting it as well. So I went, nope, I'm getting a PS4, getting Destiny, and I am so happy that I did. Anyway.
That is... So, that's Bungie, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Yep. So anyway, that's been out for quite a while now. Been through many DLCs and iterations as well. And now we're finally starting to hear the first rumblings of Destiny 2, which is meant to be coming out this year.
This year, I think, yeah.
Or autumn 2017. And I believe that's US autumn, so will that be
Spring for us.
Spring.
So about 6 months, probably.
Yeah, so that's the rumblings at the moment. None of this has been rock solid confirmed, but the 2017 release has been pretty much disseminated as a given now, which is good, which raises a few questions, and we don't really have a whole lot of answers yet for all of the stuff that's in Destiny 2, but potentially it will be coming to PC for a simultaneous release on Xbox One and PS4 as well. So that's super exciting because they promised us that for Destiny 1. And to be fair, it's a bit of a 50-50 for me because initially I'm like, God, why won't you give it to us on PC? It's a first-person shooter. It's going to be great on PC. I can't wait. But I wouldn't have fallen in love with consoles had it not been for Destiny only being on PS4 and Xbox. So, yeah, but that said, I would still probably get it probably on both because I have people that I know will play on PC that I want to play with and people that will only play on console. So I do probably would get both. But that's super exciting to see what they decide to release it on. The other big question that everybody seems to have is character crossover or bringing in the character from
Take
your
your
original
info
Destiny.
over, yeah.
Which was part of the 10-year Destiny plan is to be able to see your character progress from year 1 to year 10 throughout a whole variation of games. And I think that's an awesome idea. I don't think it's feasible for the way that... think of all the game developments that are going to happen from year 1 to year 10. There's going to be completely different mechanics, completely different styles of game. Things are going to evolve to a point where your original character will have absolutely no mechanical bearing on the recent games, potentially. So I think what it's going to end up being is if they do the character... crossover. It'll be, cosmetic-y sort of stuff, maybe your name, some old stats perhaps, but most of your weapons and stuff like that are going to be completely and utterly obsolete by the time you get to the next
And
round.
I think for it to be successful, I think they have to do it that way.
Yep.
Because if you give it, if you've got mechanics or items or weapons or something that affect the gameplay at all, then that's an instant barrier to getting new people into the game.
Absolutely it is, yeah.
And we see that a lot with MMOs.
Yep.
MMOs essentially do a soft reset every expansion because they reset all the gear. All you have to do is sort of like level up to that point. Now you've still got that gear, and I think WoW's a really good example. Like you can get titles that float behind your character name and stuff like that. I know in Star Wars: The Old Republic, I still have a title which is the Founder because I bought it on release.
Yep.
So I'll always have that, and no one can ever get that now.
That's cool.
So I think that's but it has no effect on the game whatsoever. It doesn't stop anyone
It's
from
just a
playing
title.
it. Yeah, and I think that's probably the way they need to go forward with that.
I do like the idea of having a historical museum or something like that. If you get a little house or something that you can call your own in Destiny, and be able to have your Galahorn up on the wall, which is completely and utterly useless now, but back in the day that thing wrecked face. To have that displayed somewhere for you to just go into your vault and go, look at that bad boy. That would be a nice little bit of bling to be able to show.
I don't understand why more games don't do that. I absolutely love that, and I know Lord of the Rings Online does that. Like if you have a little house and there's certain bosses, when you kill them, they drop trophies. You take them to a taxidermist. The taxidermist stuffs them, and you can like mount them on your walls and stuff like that. So it can be from. It starts off from like random mobs. So you can do like if you kill a random bear, you might get lucky and be able to have that as a trophy in your house.
Yeah.
Through to like ring wraiths.
Nice.
like the helmets on you,
Yep.
and they slowly smoke and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And so it's not a huge deal,
Yep.
but it's just nice to have a recognition that you've got those.
One of the best things that Witcher did is introduce your house, the vineyard that you can.
That was in the
that you
last
get.
expansion?
Yeah,
Yep.
the very last one. And you've got all of your mannequins there that you can put all your different Witcher armor on, or any armor that you want that you found in the game. Weapons, sort of display cabinets. It's just it's something that you can walk into and go, this is all the stuff I've earned. Over hours and hours of gameplay. It's so good.
Yeah, and it's really nice to have that visual representation of it rather than a stat screen.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, that's
right.
cool. I like looking at stats and
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
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 So yes, that's how I would like it to happen. I think that'll work better than having exactly your character with all your stuff coming across, and I don't think they're going to do that anyway. So
Yeah, I wouldn't think so, but
and the very last thing on Destiny 2 before we move right along is that they've actually released some really, really nice collectible statues now for them. I think they are semi-posable though, which is not my favorite style of statue. Polystone locked into a given position is what I prefer. But these are done by 3A. A company that develops toys, technically, which they're not toys, they're collectibles, and they're near and dear to our hearts, Gemma, just so you know.
I do confirm that though.
So they're about 190 US, so they're not cheap, but they look like very good quality stuff. So
190 US.
Show you a few right now. They look really good. The Titan's been out for quite a while, but they've released the other two characters now as well, or classes now as well. So there's a lot of stuff to get excited about for Destiny 2, and I personally am pretty much locked into getting it. I didn't think I'd ever go back to Destiny, but I may go back and just brush up a little bit before Destiny 2 comes out.
I really wonder. I'm so intrigued by because you haven't played the latest stuff, have you? The Taken King and
So yeah, I played the Dark Descent and the Crota stuff, and some of the Iron Banner stuff. So there's 2 expansions: House of Wolves and the other one.
The Taken King.
Yeah,
great name. It's a great name for anything.
It is. It just got a bit. Yeah, they've made enough changes now that everybody that managed to persist through the dull, boring bits has said it's worth coming back to.
And that's what I was going to say. I keep hearing specifically the story's been worked on a lot, which is a major issue I had with Destiny.
Yep. Well, there's no more Tyrion Lannister.
Peter Dinklage.
That's it.
That's got to be one of the worst performances I've ever heard in my life.
It was such a draw card at the time.
So he in Destiny, there's like this little you got this little robot helper thing, and it's voiced by Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones.
Peter Dinklage.
Peter. Sorry.
I do like that little song.
Yeah, and it's the worst voice acting I've ever heard in my life. Like don't.
It's like forced.
He's phoning
reckon,
it in, man. It's like he got up at 6 o'clock in the morning and went, yes, and then you follow the thing and you do the thing.
I reckon he got out of bed, went laid on his couch, put Netflix on, muted it, and then just started recording.
Fallen ships this close to the surface. Move.
Speaking of MMOs and whatnot, I want to say sometime last year, maybe the year before, World of Warcraft introduced this thing where you could buy game time with in-game gold. So much like EVE Online's had this around for quite some time. WoW jumped on the bandwagon a little while ago. So you make gold in game.
Yep.
So you play enough World of Warcraft, you can buy game time. So it's all in-game system. You apply it straight to your account. They've made a change to that, which is quite interesting, Blizzard, where now instead of just being able to buy game time, you buy a token which you apply to your Battle.net account. And it is $15 worth of Battle.net account, which you can now use in all Blizzard games. So you can play World of Warcraft and make in-game gold, and assuming you play a lot of World of Warcraft, well, I don't know how hard it is. I really don't know how much it is, but you can pay for your World of Warcraft subscription and for your Hearthstone card packs and your loot boxes from Overwatch and your characters for Heroes of the Storm.
Or just buy something that you haven't played yet as well.
Yeah, as far as I know, you can buy games with it.
Because if it's account currency.
Yeah, you can't. I know you can't buy anything from their gear store, like hoodies and stuff like that. But there is talk that you will be able to buy BlizzCon tickets with them.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, thumbs up.
Ready, guys?
Let's do this. Leroy Dragons.
Oh my god, he just ran in.
There's another Ghost Recon open beta. Sorry, not another. An open beta for Ghost Recon. The weekend coming, 23rd to 27th of February. If you haven't played it, I would suggest checking it out. It's
I'm
pretty cool.
absolutely going to jump on that.
Yeah, I'm going to buy this game. I really, really enjoyed it. Just so you know, Jake, you can download the beta from Monday to be able to play on Friday. So if you start on Monday, I reckon...
Still won't be able to play
No,
it.
still not going to make it?
Nah.
No, that's a shame.
NBN,
That's a
please
shame.
save me.
Hey, my folks have got NBN now.
Don't start all these...
Hey, I was so angry. Like, they're on the same My Republic. They're on the same My Republic plan, and unlimited downloads, the maximum speed that they've got. Mum said she's noticed the difference. Facebook loads really quick now. So.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad your Facebook loads
You are
quicker.
kidding me. Brief Battles on Green Steam Light. Might have mentioned that. Mention it again because it's really good. Logan, the reviews for Logan are starting to come in. So it comes out on, I want to say the 2nd of March. I'm going to see it on the 3rd of March. Gold class. No messing about.
What was my invite?
So the reviews are coming. The reviews are coming in. I first noticed it on IGN, which gave it a 9.7.
Wow, that's
And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. But you're a bunch of geeks. So maybe you don't know what you're talking about. So I went to IMDb to see the reviews. Of the 465 reviews, it is averaging 9.5.
It's right up there.
So that's all right. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
That's out of 10, just to be clear. Not out of 100. Yeah, so I am now incredibly pumped for that. And the other thing, I think it's pretty big news. I finished 3 video games this fortnight.
Wow.
Yep. Now, to be fair, 2 of them I had started like last year, but I'd finished them this year.
One of them was Solitaire. You played a
Yeah.
whole game of Solitaire,
Yep.
finished it.
Minesweeper.
Gone. And Minesweeper.
Yep. On easy, not
Yep.
hard. No, I finished Halo 3. I was talking about you this morning. Glad that's over.
Yep.
Glad that's over. Oh, it was a good game. It was fun. It was old.
But now it makes 4 look amazing.
4 looks amazing. I cannot wait to play that. I finished Ori and the Blind Forest.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Amazing. I did a tweet about this the other day. It gives you stats on how many times you died.
How many times?
590 times I
Wow.
died. Becky's playing at the moment. She's almost finished it. She's going to crack 1,000.
Oh,
Really?
challenge accepted.
She's over 900.
I will destroy that figure.
Yeah, so much fun. I really enjoyed it. It is a really cool game. I do encourage people to check it out. You will hate it, Jake.
If it's got a death counter, I'm probably...
I'm going to check it out. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
no, it's really cool. But don't check it out yet. Get Hollow Knight instead because it's going to be a very similar game. And I finished Halo Wars 2, which I did for review.
Check it out.
That was okay. Yeah, check the review's fantastic.
Yeah, it's the best review.
The
I've
review
ever
is
seen of Halo.
amazing. The game's all right. There you go. Now you've seen the review. All right, that's it. That's news. Nothing else, gentlemen?
No, that's it.
No. Awesome. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe.
What he said.
Thanks.
Bye. Bye.
Peter Dinklage, 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 Peter Dinklage.